Good afternoon, my name is David Lane. I'm with Bulldog Rooter. Today's date is August 2nd, 2017, and I'm about to perform a video inspection of the main line of 1618 East 14th Avenue here in Spokane, Washington. What we're looking at here is quite a large offset and separation in this clay tile pipe. I'm unable to maneuver my camera over it, so we're going to perform the video inspection from here back. We did run a huge, large laundry basin full of water, and it dumped fantastically. Made it here, and made then eventually out to the city sewer. We went out and we located this, and it's right at the curb. There's a downward slope to this section of pipe. It's got a little bit more grade than the normal 1/4 inch drop per linear foot, that's why you don't see any water pooling here or anything like that, because it's a bit steeper. As I pull back, I'm going to narrate what I see. We're in what looks like to me 6-inch clay tile pipe. 6-inch usually transitions right at the property line. We go from 4 to 6-inch. Clay tile pipe, the most problematic areas are these joints. Over time, the ground shifts and it offsets, or the ground shifts and settles, and then the pipe offsets and separates. And the permit on this is 1910, so this line has been in the ground a very long time. The good news is you won't see any root intrusions, and that's, seems to be the culprit here in Spokane, especially on the South Hill. There's a lot of trees, and the roots like to grow in through these joints. That's the good news here, is we didn't see any of that. The bottom of the pipe, you'll always be able to tell where my light is, and it's at the upper left-hand corner of the screen, and also by the water marks as well. I'm going to give you a footage from that offset back to the home, to the cleanout we're working out of. We also have a bit of a belly inside the foundation of the home at the cast iron, and I will describe that more when I see it. But what I can tell you is that we flushed the toilet, and the flush did not make it to that offset. We had neither hide nor hair of it, which tells me that that's a significant amount of water pooling. This is actually something of note. This looks to be a snake. I'm not sure the remains of a snake. I've never seen that before. I thought that was very odd. Continuing to pull back here. Bottom of the pipe is at the bottom of the screen. We are 25 feet from the offset, and you never want any water pooling in your main line at all. We rely on a 1/4 inch drop per linear foot to carry our waste out to the city sewer. Anytime you have water pooling in the line, and now we have an aspect shift. The bottom of the pipe is on the upper left-hand corner. Anytime we have water pooling in the line, and we flush the toilet, solids, solid waste, toilet paper, the only two solids that should be going down the line, period. Those things start getting caught at that pool of water. They start flowing down the line, they hit the pool of water, and bam, they stop. And if you, times that by maybe 1,000, right? And just over time, those things start getting caught, they start creating a dam, and what we call a sludge blockage, where the only way to remove that is by hydrojetting, which is not cheap. And this is where we transfer from clay tile to cast iron. We have another, I pulled the permit, it shows no lines tying into this line. We do have a fitting here off to the right hand side of the screen. continue to pull back here. This is cast iron pipe. The cast iron pipe normally stubs out from the house 3 to 5 feet. We are 50 feet from the clay tile pipe. Excuse me, from the offset in the clay tile pipe. Sorry about that. I got hung up on that debris in there. Normal water usage should carry that out. Like I said, at that offset, we filled up the laundry basin, dumped the laundry basin to make sure water would get there. Because the first toilet flush, water did not make it there. We're coming up on the area of concern. And here we start pulling into the water. You can see it kind of, we lose grade. We come down and then we drop into there a little bit. My camera lens is 1.5 inches thick. We started at 63.5 feet. And here we're completely underwater, at least 1.5 inches thick. Passing 66.5 feet. Passing 69.5 feet. Passing 72.5 feet now. And you can see we're starting to pull out of it. Just past 74.5. And we're almost out of it here. We can call it, we'll call it 75.5 feet, so 63.5 feet to 75.5 feet, you know, plus or minus. That's 12 foot of pipe holding water, at least 1.5 inches thick. This is cast iron. It's in the basement, and we are going to get just a rough estimate on the invoice today to get that repaired. Other than that belly there, the line looks fantastic. You know, not a lot of roots. Most of the joints look okay. That offset is a bit troubling, but like I said, there's not a lot of water pooling there. So it seemed to be that the laundry basin full that we dumped passed it fine. So that's a real not a lot of concern. Again, my name is David Lane. Today's date is August 2nd, 2017, and this will conclude the video inspection of the main line of 1618 East 14th Avenue here in Spokane, Washington. Thank you very much for choosing Bulldog Rooter.